Hello, visionary, and welcome to the Big Vision Envision Day 1. We're going to start in just about 30 seconds. Hello. Hi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Vision Envision 4-day challenge, day 1. So we are just getting things organized, getting all the things together. And so what I'd really love for you guys to do is say hello. Let me know who's here. I'm going to see if I can see the comments. So I'd love to see who's here. Hey, oh my God. Okay. I'm starting to see the comments, so that's exciting. Hi, Kelly. Hello, and thank you so much for sharing. Hello, Terrell. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Debbie. Okay. So what I'd like for you guys to do is share your type and your inner authority and where you're tuning in from so we can all get to know each other just a little bit. If you are brand new and this is your first time ever, please put a 1 in the comments so we know who's new. And if you are listening to the replay, please type in hashtag BVE. I'm so excited to have you guys all here. Thank you so much for typing in. There you are. Oh, good. So please, I want to go over a couple of the logistics, okay? One is that, hi, Vicky. One is that the replays are always going to be in Spiritualized Entrepreneurs in the Facebook group under the featured. In order to grab the workbook and in order to get all the details of how things are going to go down, you do need to be opted in, and make sure you whitelist our email. That way you can make sure that you get the reminders, you get all the things to prepare you for this event. This event is a co-creation. That means Davidian and I are here, we're holding the space, and your energy, your focus, your commitment is what is going to provide that community, collective energy that we can build upon and grow and have the momentum. So it's very exciting. I have some first-time people here. Welcome. I want to welcome you. And it looks like we have people from all over. We have Sherry's and MG. Awesome. So good to see you. Dawn D. Stone. Hello, Michelle in New York, a 1-3 ego projector. Awesome. So good to have you. We have Jessica Lynn Davis, who is brand new. So we have a lot of things in store for you guys today. And what's really important is that you guys have the things that you need for today. One, I asked you to bring a journal. We're going to actually deep dive and go into some very, very deep material. 2, I asked you to bring your human design chart. We're going to talk about the human design chart and how this fits in to manifesting, the money gates and channels, all of those things, how they fit together. I asked you to bring a sacred item. I have a couple here. I brought my malachite prayer beads, which is always like just a really sacred thing for me to have in. I also travel with my selenite crystal that's been all over the world. So I hope you guys have some type of sacred item with you, a crystal, a candle, maybe some sage that you can burn, something to designate the power of today. What is so interesting is as I was preparing, I always follow my inner authority, and I was getting to start on the 22nd. But when I looked up in Jovian, it said that the 41st codon happened on the 21st. So I did a post yesterday saying, "Welcome to the new year." And someone commented, "I don't see us going in the 41st gate today." And so I'm re-looking, and I realized that, of course, it wasn't yesterday. I thought, well, today's a great day to start, even if it's yesterday, but it's actually today. So we are actually in the 41st start codon, which starts the Rave New Year calendar. And I wanted to do it in this energy of this week, because this is the frequency and the vibration of building something new, visioning something new. So I want to tell you all that today and these 4 days are going to be very, very powerful. So the other really important point, the inner connection to each of you, is to commit to these 4 days. So we're going to do Monday and Tuesday today and Monday and Tuesday of next week. And I'm asking you to commit in the way that feels right for your inner authority, for your own growth and expansion, and for you to really utilize this energy and this time to go to new heights and new levels in your manifestation and in your understanding of your human design chart. So I want to kind of ask everybody who's here live, I just want you to put beginner, intermediate, or advanced in your understanding of human design, a B, I, or A. BIA, beginner, intermediate. And this is not to judge, it's just so we know. And it's really based on how you feel inside. Do you feel like, oh, I'm just starting out, I'm kind of in my process experimenting, or I know this stuff? And so I want to know, because this is going to be my challenge for this challenge, is I want to bring forward very complex information that's going to resonate with those of you who are advanced, because I know a lot of my advanced students are here, but also break it down for those of you who are brand new to the information. And it looks like we have a lot of people. Okay, we have a lot of intermediate, we have a couple beginners, really good. I know it's hard to say, oh yeah, I'm advanced, but it's great. We have all levels here. And so I want to try and bring the information forward for you guys where it's going to hit the beginners as well as those of you who have been doing it for quite a while. That's really important for me. So as I'm bringing through this information, I really want your feedback. If something inspires you or ignites you, please type it in the chats as we're going through this information. If I miss a chat, I'm going to come and circle back around. But there's important information, important downloads that are coming through that I really want to make sure that I have the consciousness and the ability to bring it through for you guys. So for those of you who are new, I want to tell you just a little bit through story and through my own personal story, how and why I got here today and what I'm going to be bringing forward in these 4 days. So I consider myself more of a spiritual practitioner than anything else. I started my spiritual journey in my 20s, and I had an out of body experience. I had an awakening of sorts that made me realize that what I see on the day to day was not all that there is. And at this time, I was in college, and I chose, instead of going to get a higher degree in college, I was going to travel the world with the shamans that inspired me. And I began this spiritual journey. But what I always struggled with was, how do I practically bring forward all of these things that I'm experiencing into this earth realm? And I struggled with that for many, many years. I also got a master's degree in spiritual psychology. So, spirituality, spiritual psychology, going to the depth, doing the healing work is really, really important to me. And then I got turned on to human design, and everything radically changed for me when I found out I was a splenic projector. I had been hustling like crazy. I have an ego definition, so I can push through anything. As a matter of fact, my very first human design teacher said, I almost rarely work with projectors who have your type of definition because the ego is so strong that they have a very hard time surrendering to the spleen and to the invitation because the ego is a very strong force. That is the story of my frigging life. But I did the experiment and I committed to it very deeply because I was in so much bitterness. Every single high-end coaching I invested in, over $100,000 probably in high-end coaching. And I really do still invest. And I have a lot of mentors and I love working and growing in personal development and personal growth. And I was committed to getting a career that felt correct for me, but nothing worked. And I had a lot of extreme bitterness. So I was desperate to try something new. The story I want to tell you about today is one that hopefully even my students who have been working with me for years and years, and I see some of you here, and my heart is here. I see Nikki, I see Vicky, I see Tina, I see some of you who really know my story, and I'm going to try and tell a story that you don't know. About 2 years ago, it was during the COVID. So during the COVID, 2020 and 2021, those 2 years were a really intense time. As you guys know, there was a lot of misperception going on. There was a lot of confusion in the mind. There were so many bots and conspiracies. It was causing a lot of confusion, right? And I had in human design, we go through layer by layer by layer. First, you start living your design and you experiment with your shadows. You go through the places in your chart that are your not self. And then you start learning more and more levels. And so for me, it was the depth of wanting to learn everything. So I learned the dream rave. I learned the 4 radical transformations. I learned all these aspects. But the piece I'm going to be talking about a little bit today is the rave cosmology. And what rave cosmology is all about is once you hit a certain level of your design, you then begin to download information from your guides. Now, this is what Ra calls the aura mechanics of his encounter. Now, just FYI, or as a curiosity, everybody who's here or listening to the recording, do you know about Ra's encounter with the voice where he downloaded all the information? Just put a yes or a no in the chat. So Ra Uru, the founder of human design, had an 8-day encounter. Now, what's so funny about human design is everyone likes to think that it's so scientific, which it is. It's a combination of the I Ching, the astrology, it matches the genetics. It's incredible. But his experience was mystical. And in rave cosmology, what he does is he talks about the fixing of your motivation. And for those of you in my 4 radical transformations, we're getting to that soon. Motivation. It's the fixing of the motivation. And because what happens, most people are living in their transference of motivation, which is basically like saying you're not self. So how many of you, it looks like a lot of you know about the voice. And probably a lot of you know about the not self, right? The not self theme. And the not self theme in your type is about, if you're a generator, it's the frustration. And, if you're a projector, it's that bitterness, right? Well, in motivation, it's the transference of your motivation, which basically means, and most everyone is living in this transference. It means that what you are here to be motivated by, you are usually motivated by the opposite. And if you're motivated by the opposite, when you look out and you start having awakenings, you cannot interpret that higher fourth dimensional information because your mind is in transference. So when you see a frequency that's maybe a little bit scary, you interpret it as, and this is the word that Ra uses, as a demon, okay, or as a dark force or whatever. And so what we saw during 2020 and 2021 and all that time when people were locked down and their minds were nuts and there was so much fear, is we saw a lot of misinterpretation of frequencies because the energies were increasing. We were all awakening, and there was a misperception of those higher frequencies, which is why so many people went into negative conspiracy theories, and they didn't know how to decipher truth from fiction, whether we're a round earth or a flat earth or what's going on. And I'm not saying anything about the trueness of those conspiracies or not. What I'm trying to say is, if you don't know truth for you, it's because your mind has misinterpreted all of that higher vibrational frequency, which is trying to come through your vehicle. So the story I wanted to tell you was during this time, and it was around 2 years ago. During this time, I started getting downloaded with higher dimensional beings. Now, I'm just preparing you guys. This is going to be a very woo conversation today, okay? Tomorrow, I'm going to go into more of the human design chart, but I'm going to prepare you so you know what you're looking for. Today, I want to tell you a very woo story. Most of you are woo, but if you're not, I'm just preparing you. If this isn't for you, this isn't for you. I'm not for everybody, okay? I'm not for everyone. So 2 years ago, I began having downloads and vibrational changes with very high dimensional guides. These high dimensional guides wanted me to bring forward messages and frequencies and vibrations of love. Love was a vibration, love was a frequency, love was the energy. And I was brought forward these guides in profound ways. But when you start to learn through rave cosmology and through Ra's encounter with the voice, it comes from a trigger, a triggering incident. And the triggering incident that happened to me was a financial loss. And it was because of our hearts and our goodness. We saw somebody who was creating a medicine that appeared to help with COVID that was really healthy for people. And we believed in this company, and they basically were lying about FDA approvals and that they were going to get this approved. We wanted to try and help to bring out different types of medicines, and there was so much misinformation. We invested a lot of money, and then we found out that the company is still around, but we found out they were lying, and there was all kinds of eruptions. And I'm just telling you this because I have a lot of karma around money. This loss happened after I had been trying to leave corporate. I had gotten $100,000 in debt. I invested in the wrong brick and mortar business. I lost it all. And then I was guided to live as a projector, slowly started to build up my business, slowly started to live as my truth and work only a couple hours a day and really be in my frequency every day, holding that, connecting. And then my business started to take off. I started making money. I had a lot of extra. I paid off $100,000 in debt, and I had like a lot of money, over six figures, to invest in this company. So it was like I had built myself back up, and then it all came crumbling down. And it was such great heartache. Now, I'm telling you this because we're going to go deep into the money pain, the money losses you may have had, the money fears keeping you in jobs, careers, relationships that are not correct for you anymore. We're going to talk about the money channels and gates so that you guys can have the best 2024 ever. So this triggering event created an opening for me to go deeper and deeper into my innocence, which is my motivation, which means that I had to let go of the desire. As much as I want to follow, and I do all the time, follow so many teachers and so many online mentors that are talking 6-7 figures and, wanting to manifest these huge, abundant careers, which, yes, that is everyone's divine birthright, but everyone has to go about it differently. And I have to go about it through the innocence. And because of part of the way I got triggered to introduce my guides, and my guides are entities and aliens. That's all rave cosmology. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but they all came through and awakened me to higher vibrational flow. But it came through the loss. It came through a triggering event. The triggering event will come through either money, family, anything tribal. Tribal hanging gates is where the triggers come through. And then once you get triggered, it's like what they say when you have heartache and when you have pain in your life and when you have something that crashes you down. That's the time when you're able to awaken and receive higher dimensional beings and higher dimensional frequencies. So that is what we're talking about. That event opened me up to receiving higher dimensional information and higher dimensional guides. And these guides are coming through more and more. Yes, I did rebound from that. Yes, I have recouped a lot of the money, but not from that company, from my own connection to healing, letting go, letting it not destroy me. Because believe me, I wanted to go into poor me. I just built myself up, they la da da. And it was a lot, and it was painful, and it was so intense. And I ask, why are we focusing on the money gates and channels, this big vision and vision to my guides? Because I can't stand here and say I have a 7-figure company, but I can say we have done unbelievable. When I checked the from when I started this company, which really was only in like 2019, around that time when I really started getting serious about teaching human design, we have made, I don't like saying numbers, but we have made a huge amount of money doing this work and being available. And so, but it came through such extreme loss and such extreme pain. And the reason I want to bring this forward, and the reason why I say I'm here to hold this space, to learn about manifesting, to learn about the gates, to learn about the channels, is because it has been one of the biggest pieces of karma for me. One of the biggest deep, dark healings that I have been through in my life. I grew up in a lower middle class, you could say, family. I had no support. I had no ability to, you guys probably know this, Davidian and I just recently got married. So I went through most of my life as a single woman trying to hustle as a projector, trying to figure out my life. And what I never did is I never sacrificed for money. I would never give over anything if I wasn't fully alive. I have trudged and walked and given up careers. I walked away from my high income corporate career because I was bored and unsatisfied. I walked away in my 20s from lots of people offering me all kinds of positions for money. And also at the height of my career, my 20s, I walked away when we were making $10,000 for 3 minutes because all of the people in that group were becoming like addicts and it was dark. I had to walk away at the height of my career. And I've done this over and over and over again. So what I'm here to do is to share with you, not, oh my God, I've totally made it through and I'm perfect, but to share with you that throughout the journey, there's messy, there's fears, there's courage. And then, of course, there's learning your human design piece to assist you in bringing in the new vision for your life, for letting yourself dream a little bit, letting yourself walk into a new expression of your life, no matter how old you are, no matter what your design is, no matter what you think is blocking you right now. You can dream a little bit more. You can bring in just a little bit more joy, a little more satisfaction, a little more expansion for 2024. And that is what we are going to be doing in these 4 days. We're going to go through the wounding and see the gift. We're going to go through the pain and vision anew. We're going to look at where you're blocking yourself, where you're sabotaging yourself, where you have resistance, so we can pull in the love of transformation. We're going to look at your human design chart. And we're going to have so much fun looking at specifics in your human design chart. If you haven't received your workbook yet, you might not know what we're going to be looking at in your human design chart tomorrow. So I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about what we're going to look at before I go into today's power journey and exercise for all of you guys. So when you pull out your human design chart and you grab your workbook, I want you guys to be looking at the 214, the 2145, your ego center, if it's defined or undefined, and that gate 48. Those are the areas we're going to focus on in an entirely new way that you may not have ever looked at them before. So what we need you to do is to post, not now, okay, because I'm about to go into an exercise. So I want you guys to pull out your journals. After this live stream, I'm going to give you homework, and I'm going to ask you to post your charts in the group so we can help you to figure this out. So today we're going to do a power journey. And I am telling you, this is going to be so powerful. I told you to bring a sacred item and a journal and to have undisturbed time. Now, this is the moment where I'm going to ask every single person, if you're listening to the live here, or if you're listening to the recording, to type in ready into the chat so we know you're ready for this ignition. Now, tomorrow when we do this, I will put some music on But today we're going to just do it with the frequency. Okay. So everybody, wherever you're listening to this live, please type in ready and make sure you have your sacred item with you, whether it's lighting a candle, whether it's a crystal, whether you're going to burn a little sage, and make sure that you have something to designate the power of this experience. We are moving into the gate 41. We are moving into the start codon. We are moving into a brand new year. Thank you so much, Sherry, Greg, Rachel, Stephanie, Amber, Vicky. Thank you so much for letting me know. Nikki, ready? Davidian! All right. So Davidian is here with me, holding the frequency with all of you. We're going to be here all week and next week to help you through your charts when you're posting your charts. So for now, I'd like for you guys just to close your eyes and be here for a moment. And I'd like for you to allow for this moment to be sacred. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. And allow for yourself to feel the power of everyone who's here all over the world, every type. To connect at the level of the heart and to feel the vibration and the frequency of anew. Allow yourself to be here and let go of the mind for just 1 minute. Let go of your to-do list. Let go of what's happening tonight. Let go of what's happening with your children. Let go in order to receive something bigger and more powerful than you have ever received before, because today is anew. Today, something bigger is happening, more powerful, more profound, because you are setting the intention, because you are showing up for yourself. You are ready to heal and to know that everything that is happening in your life right now is happening for a reason, for a lesson, for an expansion. And now I'd like you to allow yourself to feel what it feels like when you shift your frequency into a new vibrational level, a level where you receive answers, where you receive guidance, and where you allow yourself to unplug and to dream a little bit, to vision a little bit. Sometimes we're so mired down in the day-to-day and the to-dos that we forget to hold a vision for something new, something bigger, something more profound. So I want you to take in a breath with me and pull out your journals. And I want you to begin to write out, what is it that you would like to bring forward in 2024? What is your vision? And I want you to focus in one area. You may be wanting to focus on your health. You may be wanting to focus on your business, starting a business, doubling your business. Maybe this is an expansion of wealth for you. Everything we're going to look at in this 4-day challenge, it's not just about the money gates and channels. It's about direction. It's about how to receive guidance. It's about why you stop yourself. So whatever the vision is, whatever your dream is, whatever you want to work on, and a lot of you also, when I did the poll, you wanted spiritual awakening, to be more connected to your guides. So if you can, when you're ready, I know you're in your journals as well, but please write in the chat below one area that you would like to work on: business, health, wealth. And if you are listening to the recording and the replay, please type in the chat. We're going to circle back around and listen to everybody's vision. Hold for everybody's vision. So please type it in the chat when you can. Okay? Awesome, Vicky. Business, health and fitness. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, I want you to align and write down 3 things in your life that hold that quality. Okay? So, if you want to create a new house, 3 things in your life that you love about your current house. Maybe you love your patio. Maybe you love because if you want a new house, you don't like your current house, right? Or if you want a new business, you may be thinking, oh, I don't like what I'm doing now. So I want you to write out, and then when you're listening to the replay on this, you might want to write out 10 things, but because we're here with this group, just write out 3 things. Okay, so I'm going to use the example of wanting to buy a new house. So the 3 things that align with that frequency of the new house, which is, maybe you want more space, maybe you want it to be more clean, maybe you want it to be more organized. I want you to think of 3 things in your current reality that align with that vision. 3 things. Like, oh, my patio is beautiful. I worked on it and I love it. That's the great frequency. If it's health, maybe it's like, well, I have a bad knee, but my back is really strong and I have great lungs. If it's business, it's like, well, I'm not making money yet, but I have a vision of what I want and I love what I'm doing now and I love my research and I love, some of these aspects. So write out 3 things that you love. Now, I want you to write out 3 things that are not in alignment with your vision. Okay. So, in other words, if we're talking about health, you're trying to up level your health. The 3 things that maybe aren't feeling healthy are, oof, I have a knee injury. I feel like I've gained 10 pounds and I have not been eating healthy, right? So I want you to list out 3 things that are not in your frequency of the new vision. Okay? Now, when you're writing out those 3 things, I want you to close your eyes once again and feel those 3 things in your body. Because now we're talking about the resistance, the thing that is keeping you stuck. And I want you to feel that completely. And I want you to give it a color. What color is that resistance? Give it a name. Maybe it's a blue blob or a black blob. 3 knots: poverty, frustration, and bad relationships. Yeah. So that's exactly it. So feel it in your body. Okay? Close your eyes, feel it. Give it a color. And now I want you to know that this color, this name, this thing is your resistance. It is what is blocking you from what you want. It is the thing that we need to transform. And the way to transform this is to feel it completely. Let it move through your body. Accept what is. Accept the pain, the resistance, and send it love. The deepest, most profound love. Now, how do you love the things that are blocking you? You want to learn the lesson. The lesson I learned from my loss my investment. I could have completely gone under with that. I could have lost my shit. How could I have been so stupid? Why could I have done that? But instead, you turn it into a lesson of learning and a gift. The lesson I received was that money always comes in. There is loss and there is gains. There is ebbs and there is flows. Money is a frequency. And that trigger brought me my guides, brought me a greater awakening, a greater connection to spirit, to my alignment, to my channeling, to my wisdom, to my grace. So I want you to feel what happens when you accept what is, when you accept the love frequency. Because I'm here to tell you, the manifestation is about transformation of what is. I'm here to tell you that nothing needs to be hustled for. I'm here to tell you that everything you've ever wanted is in existence right now within you. When you feel the vibration for just 1 second of the wealth, of the health, of the business, success, you feel all those things in your life that align with that, and the things that don't, you love them. You learn the lessons. They are here to guide you and teach you, to help transform your frequency. And then you have no choice. Your aura does the work for you. You have no choice but to bring in the synchronicities. You have no choice but to respond to new energies that come in. And that's where the human design piece will come in tomorrow, because you need to make sure that you don't bring in all of this download, bring in all of this wealth, this frequency, this choice of new ideas, and then go out and make something happen, unless you're a manifester, right? You need to know the human design piece merged with the spiritual, with the transformational. And that is how we begin 2024. That is how we begin the Big Vision Envision. You love yourself through the resistance. You feel it completely. You're not afraid to dream bigger, to have a bigger vision for your life, no matter what, no matter how much money you have now, how much relationship loss, how much pain, no matter what your health condition is. Just today, if you felt um, if you felt a minute of abundance in the midst of a financial loss, you have learned that lesson. If you felt health, if you felt your guides coming in, you have manifested today. You have changed your life. You have set a start code on in a brand new direction. You have brought in the vision for 2024 because you went inside and you removed those things that caused hurt and opened the door for something new. I want to show Davidian's comment here. Radical honesty when facing myself more fully to reach my next step up, being willing to be uncomfortable so I may more quickly grow beyond my current threshold guardians. My need to be impressive, my need to be liked, may the skin shedding begin. Wow. Literally, as this was saying, like a thing popped into my phone that said, the next generation millionaire is inner wealth. Like, this is an inside experience, and you cannot help to change your life when you change what is going on within you. Your homework for today is to please go into the Facebook group, Spiritualized Entrepreneurs. Post your chart and a little bit about you. We'd love to see your pictures of who you are so that we can put a name with a chart. And please put in your vision. And as much as you'd like to share about this experience, we'd love to hear it. Your 3 things that align with your vision, your resistance. This is our time to get to know the community and get to know all of you. So please go into the group after this live, and we're just about to finish up. And post those things in the group. Now, many of you entered into the free drawing for a reading. This is going to be a live reading by Davidian. It's only going to be about 15 minutes, but it's still going to be super powerful. We're going to do it next week. I did pick the winner, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this winner 24 hours. If they don't claim it, I'm going to pick somebody new. If you're not in the drawing, please make sure that you enter yourself in the drawing, and I'll tell you all the ways that you can, because we are going to be doing drawings each day. All you need to do is post your homework. You'll go into the drawing, and we're giving you tickets for everything you do. If you're here live or listening to the replay, just comment in the comments. Everyone who comments is going in the drawing. Everyone who posts their homework is going in the drawing. If you have the ability to share the link with your community, we're going to do 5 tickets for that, because that's a big one. Okay. So that's a little bit of the logistics. Facebook wouldn't let me post the PDF. Oh, okay. So if you can't post the PDF, you can post go into files, I believe, and post PDF, or just take a screenshot so it's a picture. So if you take a screenshot that's a picture, they'll let you post a picture, and that could be why. So now I'm going to do something, and I really hope that this doesn't ruin everything. So first of all, I'd like to hear, how was your guys' experience of that? Did you guys have a little shift? I am going to pull up the name of the winner that we did for the drawing. Darn it, I wish I put it somewhere else. Did you have, yeah, Terrell, thank you guys so much for letting me know. Yeah, thank you so much. So hold on one second. If I lose you guys, I really apologize. God, I really don't feel, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this. I put it on my phone, and I remember the first name was Katie. I just don't remember the last name. So I'm going to post the winner. We did the drawing before we did the live, and so I am going to post it. Okay. But I know the first name was Katie. Is there a Katie here that's live? Is there a Katie here live? Don't worry. If Katie, I'm going to post it, and I'm going to try and connect with her. And if I can't get in touch with her, I'm going to do another. We're going to do drawings every day, but there's only going to be one reading. My crown opened wide and energy spiraled in. I was finally able to grab my vision. Oh, Jessica, this is powerful. Oh, Neptune is my sun, so I'm going through it. Wow, beautiful. Sherry, thank you so much. Nikki says, I felt emotions run through the color and I saw red. Interesting, beautiful. So I do recommend you come back to this process. I will write the process up for you guys because it's a step-by-step process. And I will, this is going to be in our featured, so you can come back to it each day. So tomorrow, we need to know your human design chart, okay? We are going to be looking at the money gates and channels. I need to know who has the 214, the 2145. Okay, and we're going to start with those two. You need to know if it's a hanging gate, a channel, or off a defined or undefined center. Do you guys know that? Type a yes or a no. And by the way, I want to see everybody's charts in the group. So please start posting your charts and doing your homework in the group. Before you mentioned it, my red fury became joyful passion. Ooh, Greg, that is so powerful. So powerful. Wow, I love that. Okay, so Tracy, if you get a no, please post your chart in the group. Am I forgetting something?
Yeah, those words you just used, people who are new are not going to know. Tell them that they don't need to know.
Okay,
if they don't know how to find a hanging gate.
Right.
Most of the workbook shows it.
Okay. The workbook will show you if it's a hanging gate or a channel, but if you don't know whether it's a hanging gate or a channel, that's why I want you to post it in the group, and we're going to help you figure that out. And if some of you are brand new, and a lot of you were, because we asked at the beginning, this is what this is. This is dedicated time where we are literally going to be in the group helping you to discover what these things mean. And like I said, we're going to go each day, and we're going to have some advanced concepts. Like today, this is something that no matter how advanced you are in human design, it's very important to do these inner transformations. So we're looking at the 214 and the 2145. So also, it's written in your workbook. So make sure you grab your workbook. If you don't have it, make sure you grab your workbook because it's all in there. And then in the workbook, it shows you, thanks to Davidian, it shows you where in your chart these channels are. So you can take your chart, you can compare it to the workbook. Okay. Also, we have the video page that has the video that shows you those gates. You have none of the gates and channels? Okay, so that's going to be important too. If you have none, it's just as important as if you have them all. And then those are all the things that we're going to be talking about. Is what do you do if you have none? Or if you have none, or you have them all. That's important to know too. So I'm so excited to share this time with you guys. I can feel the power of this group and your commitment and your momentum. If you feel that this was powerful, which I hope you guys felt the shifts, and you would love to bring a friend, please let us know. Share with a friend for tomorrow, and we will put you in the drawing for 5 tickets. So it's a win-win. It's a way for us to share the information and to give back to you guys by doing our drawings. So Katie is the first winner. I will post it in the group. I will connect with her, and we'll do another winner every day. And if we don't hear from Katie, we will draw another free reading. Okay. So I want to make sure that I've covered everything that we need to talk about for today. I want to say one more thing. A lot of you have purchased our profile course. The profile is not something we're going to cover in these 4 days. And the profile is based on Davidian and I's interpretation of the profile. So you do not get the information anywhere else. And the profile, we ran it live last year. So the course we're doing right now for the Big Vision Envision, and we're only doing it today and tomorrow at this price point. Next week, the price is going to go up. So, and we're doing it because we really do feel that it's important that you guys understand the shadowy material of your profile, but we can't teach everything in these 4 days, right? So it's normally $350. And right now, for those of you who are here, who are in the Big Vision Envision, and you want to dig in and go deeper into the materials, it's only $98. And so a lot of you are doing that. The other thing is, if you did already buy it, please email Davidian and I your experience. We want to know what your journey's like through the shadowy underbelly. So I see some of you here that have bought it. It's literally changed my life because my shadowy underbelly is the line 1, which is in the unconscious in the red. And when I really began to understand how that sabotages me, it really began to shift everything for me. So it's only $98, and it's only going to be for the rest of this week. Okay. Next week, that price is going up. So I did just want to kind of let you know about that. And then tomorrow we'll be right back here, same place, same time at 3:33. I cannot wait to see you guys there. Please, if you feel like you have gotten something from this, share this with a friend, and please come back tomorrow, because when you're here live, it builds the momentum, it builds the frequency, it builds the focus. And so now that you're beginning to feel that vibration, that energy, that frequency, now you need to put it in alignment with your human design chart. So I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for a great day.